walking on the road to Jerusalem. The time had come to sacrifice again. My two small sons walked beside me on that road, and the reason that they came was to watch the Lamb. Daddy, Daddy, what will we see there? There's so much that we don't understand. So I told them of Moses and of Father Abraham. Then I said, dear children, watch the Lamb. There will be so many in Jerusalem today. We must be sure that the Lamb does not run away. So I told them of Moses and of Father Abraham. Then I said, dear children, watch the Lamb. When we reached the city, I knew something must be wrong. There were no joyful worshipers, no joyful worship songs. I stood there with my children in the midst of angry men. Then I heard the crowd cry out, crucify him. We tried to leave the city, but we could not get away. Forced to play in a drama, a part I did not wish to play. Why on this day were men condemned to die? Where soon they would pass by. I looked and said, even now they come. The first one cried for mercy, but the people gave him none. The second one was violent, I remember, so arrogant and loud. I can still hear his angry voice screaming at the crowd. Then someone said, there's Jesus. I scarce believed my eyes. It was a man so badly beaten that he barely looked alive. Blood poured from his body, from the thorns upon his brow. It was running down the cross and falling to the ground. I watched him as he struggled. I watched him as he fell. The cross came down upon his back as the crowd began to yell. In that moment I felt such agony. In that moment I felt such loss, till a Roman soldier grabbed my arm and screamed, you carry his cross. At first I tried to resist him, but then his hand reached for his sword. So I knelt and I took the cross from my Lord. I placed it on my shoulder and I started down the street. And the blood he'd been shedding was running down my cheek. They led us to Golgotha, They drove nails deep in his feet and hands. And on the cross I heard him pray, Father, forgive them. Oh, never have I seen such love in any other eyes. Into thy hands I commit my spirit, he prayed, then he died. I stood for what seemed like years. I'd lost all sense of time, until I felt two tiny hands holding tight to mine. My children stood there weeping. Then I heard the oldest say, he said, Father, please forgive us. The lamb ran away. Daddy, Daddy, what have we seen here? There's still so much that we don't understand. So I took them in my arms, and we turned and faced the cross. And I said, dear children, watch the Lamb.